going to go to Rick Newman because we're now in the new era and we have a Bidenomics update, and Rick is going to bring it to us regarding so many issues. Where do you want to begin?
Thing I paid attention to this week, Adam, was the national debt. I know everybody thinks it doesn't matter anymore, but we got some new data from the Congressional Budget Office. I mean, we've just had sort of a step increase or maybe two-step increases in the scale of the debt at this point. So last year, the debt was $3.1 trillion. That was the most ever. And the CBO is forecasting it's going to be about $2.3 trillion this year. But that's without the new relief bill Joe Biden wants to get passed, which probably will get passed in March. So if you add that to the deficit, and it would be almost all deficit spending, we would get to somewhere around an annual deficit of, let's say, 3.6 trillion, 3.7 trillion this year. And that would be the largest effort ever. So, Donald Trump once said he is the king of debt. Well, Joe Biden is coming along and he's going to dethrone Trump as the king of debt.
Rick, you mentioned the debate out there, and we've talked about it numerous times at Yahoo Finance, whether or not this matters. I guess the question is, at what point does it officially matter? Is there one metric or one or two metrics that you've heard from some of the people that you've been talking to that they're closely watching when it comes to this?
I think nobody knows at which point the debt actually starts to matter. Now, what economists will tell you is that this is not as severe as it might seem if you're only looking at the dollar value, because interest rates are so low. And we pay off the debt with interest, obviously, but we just mentioned the 10-year. I mean, that's the interest rate that the U.S. government pays to borrow money for 10 years, 1.1%. So because interest rates are so low, the so-called debt service, or the amount of spending every year that goes toward paying the debt, that's actually lower than it has been, it's lower than the historical average. So economists say by that measure, it's fine to pass this new relief bill and finance it entirely with borrowing. And some of them say we can still afford to borrow a lot more after that. So this actually it backs up some of the spending plans President Biden has. We're probably going to see a big infrastructure bill with at least a $1 trillion price tag once the relief bill is out of the way. And I mean, this could be a case for saying, let's just spend everything we can and borrow it and pay it back some other time.